I will, any one of you please
Yes,
respond.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So in previous class, we have calculated up to this, mean up to the uplift pressure. Mean we have calculated all the dimensions of the dam from the given measurement in the question, and then we have discussed about all the vertical forces. So the vertical forces was majorly due to the weight of dam, the uplift pressure which is in a upward direction, the weight of dam was in a downward direction, and that water pressure at this downstream side face. These three components or these three factors were creating the vertical force. So here we have calculated all the vertical forces, and corresponding to that we have calculated the lever arm, mean that lever arm or that particular distance which will be creating a moment at the toe. Okay, so we calculated all the vertical forces, and those vertical forces corresponding lever arm we have calculated, and multiplied with that we have achieved the moment toe, about toe. Okay, so now today we will continue from here, calculating the horizontal forces. So now here we can easily see that the horizontal forces will be subjected due to the water pressure, the hydrostatic pressure, right? So there are two water pressures, which is at the upstream side part and this tailwater at the downstream side part. So these two water storage will provide a horizontal pressure at the body of the dam. So we have to calculate that amount of horizontal pressure. I mean horizontal force. So now we know from our foundation class, or we have already gathered that knowledge, that a water pressure will be maximum at the base. Mean the water, the more the height that water is stored, the more the stress will be at the base. So if you have those who are able to swim, so you can understand that the more you dive into the deep water, the more amount of pressure you will feel. Those pressure are nothing but that height dependent pressure you are diving into that water. Okay, so that base pressure will be calculated by the unit weight of water into that height. Okay, so by that we have achieved that value 784.8, which is how did we get it? It was by gamma w into h, which was 9.81, which is a unit weight of water, into that height 80. So the stress at the bottom is 784.8. So now we know that base pressure, we know that height, and that water pressure profile will provide this, that water pressure will create that kind of force or pressure profile like in a triangle way. So that triangle way, in order to get the force, we have to calculate the area of that triangular profile. So half into base 784.8 into height, which is 80. So it will give me the force. See here, half into base into height into 1 meter. So per meter length we will be calculating. So if we consider any, so say if we consider a 1 meter per meter length, so that volume into the unit weight of water will provide me that force, which is 31392. If you able to calculate it, then you will get this value. So now what will be the lever arm, well, that force will be subjected at this point. So how can you calculate that point? So that centroidal distance from this triangular part, this distance will be always 1/3 of the total this height. So the 1/3 into 80, if you calculate it, you will get 26.67. So that length into that force will create a moment at toe. So see, 31392 into 26.67 will give me 837225. So 225 kilonewton meter about toe. So this is a clockwise direction, so it will be negative sign. Now at the downstream phase, at this downstream phase, the this tail water will be creating a similar triangular profile, pressure profile. So that triangular profile, we can get the force by acquiring the area of that pressure. So that will be half into, so now that water pressure at the base will be gamma W into H dash. So gamma W is 9.81 into H dash is that 6 meter. See, this is our pressure at base. So now calculating that area, which is half into that base is 58.9 into height. So by this we will get this value, half into base into height. So per meter unit length, they have not mentioned here, right? Actually, yes. Okay. So we will get 177. So now see that lever arm will be 1/3 of this 6 meter. So 6 by 2. So it will be, 6 by 3, it will give me that 2 meter of lever arm. So multiplying that, we will get 354. So see, it will create a movement about a toe which is anti-clockwise. So it is positive. Okay, sorry. So by calculating all the summation of the horizontal forces, mean 31392,177, we will get this value, and the moment by summing all the value, we will get the moment at this part due to horizontal forces. Now the summation of all the movement, which is equal to net moment. So what is here the net moment? See, let me zoom it out. So see, the net moment will be that 2096509, this one, 48199 negative, this one, and 836871 negative. So this will be our net moment. So this will be our net moment about a toe due to this gravity dam, and the corresponding measurement of water pressure given. So next we will, so we have calculated all the vertical forces, horizontal forces, and the corresponding moment of those. So now we will calculate the distance of resultant force. Actually resultant mean, let me just elaborate this, then I will show you it in the diagram of the gravity dam. So we will calculate distance at which that resultant force will work. So now summation of all the moment which we have calculated in the earlier table divided by summation of all the vertical forces will give me this distance. So this is the resultant force, mean see 18.06 meter, mean from the toe 18.06. Okay, so at this point that resultant force will work. Okay, so now we have got this value. Now we can easily predict or calculate this eccentricity. So what will be the eccentricity? It will be b by 2 minus that x bar, mean the resultant force. So our width was, the total width was 56. So half of that should be something at this point. So this height, no, sorry, this length minus this 18.602 will give me this eccentricity. See, that eccentricity is nothing but that vertical force and that resultant forces difference distance. Okay. So actually I have drawn it in, I mean, it is wrongly drawn here. So that is our eccentricity, which is 9.94 meter. So now we can calculate the vertical stress. So vertical stress PV, which we have calculated or discussed in our earlier lecture. So this vertical stress is nothing but the accumulation of the direct stress and the bending stress. So this was nothing but the accumulation of the direct stress and plus minus the bending stress. So let me put it in BS. Okay. So the direct stress was the summation of the vertical forces over the width B plus minus our vertical forces into that distance will give me that moment. So moment divided by b square by 6. That section modulus was, it was b square by 6. So that 6 came upon that that part. So by taking the common summation of v by b, we will get in the bracket 1 plus minus 6e by b. So now we have calculated all the summation of vertical forces, which was, see, which was 43050 kilonewton. So this was our vertical force over the total width. So this was our width into 1 plus minus 6 into that eccentricity we have calculated 9.94 over width. So our vertical stress is 768.8 into within bracket 1 plus minus 1.065. So now from this value we will be able to evaluate the maximum and minimum vertical stress. See, the maximum vertical stress will be then at toe 768.8 into 2.065. So by adding this value 1 plus 1.065, first action was positive. So 2.065 into 60.8, that will give me the maximum vertical stress at toe, and 768.8 into 1 minus 1.065 will give me the minimum vertical stress. See, that was minus 0.065. So we have acquired the data maximum and minimum vertical stress at the toe. This part is at the toe and this part is at the heel. So now we will calculate the major principal stress. So we have calculated up to until now the vertical stresses. Now we will calculate the major principal stress. Mean, considering any elemental profile at this part of the toe, we will analyze the principal stress. So by solving that mathematical problem, we have calculated that formula to be that major principal stress sigma will be PV toe at toe sec square alpha minus P dash into tan square alpha. Well, what is that PV toe? So PV toe is nothing but the maximum vertical stress at toe. So this is PV toe will be the maximum vertical stresses at toe. So that vertical stresses was occurring due to these all these vertical forces by due to that weight of dam, due to that uplift pressure, due to that downward tailwater vertical force. So due to that we have acquired that maximum vertical stress at toe into sec square alpha minus P dash. So which one is the P dash? P dash is the stress at the toe due to this tailwater only. So the vertical stresses coming at the toe due to all the vertical forces in this structure minus the vertical force coming at the toe due to this tailwater only will give me the major principal stress at the toe. So that PV toe is 587.6 kilonewton per meter square and P dash is our 58.9 kilonewton per meter square. So now tan alpha we know, see here, this is height 2 by 3, tan alpha will be 2 by 3. Now we know from this equation sec square alpha square is equal to 1 plus tan square alpha. So now tan alpha we know, so 1 plus tan square will be 2 square by 3 square, which is 4 by 9. So it will, that sec square will be 13 by 9, 1 plus 4 by 9, 13 by 9. So now putting all the value at this formula, P toe is 158.7.6 into sec square is 13.9 minus 40. See that this part is given wrongly. So P dash will be minus 49.97 into tan square alpha, mean this value 4 by 9. So squaring out that, so we will get 2267 kilonewton per meter square, which is lesser than the allowable stress which was given in our question. See, in question, the allowable stress in concrete can be considered as 2500 kilonewton per meter square. It was provided. So now, so we have calculated that major principal stress, which is okay. So now we will calculate the intensity of shear stress on horizontal plane near toe. Mean, just look at this diagram. See, just this structure is rested over this foundation. Mean this is actually rested over that foundation. So due to that horizontal pressure of water here and the horizontal pressure due to that tailwater and all the vertical forces creating a movement can create a instability of horizontal forces. So that horizontal force can create a shear stress at this way, can create at this level, that create a disturbance at this level. So this structure may get slide off. So we also have to calculate that horizontal shear stress about toe. So that intensity of shear stress on horizontal plane near toe, the equation is given here. Tau naught is equal to PV toe minus P dash. Well, PV toe, we know that all the vertical forces at the toe due to this weight of dam, due to all the vertical forces, mean it will be due to the uplift pressure, whatever, minus that tailwater, that horizontal, sorry, that base pressure at the tailwater. So this will give me PV toe minus P dash into tan alpha. So tan alpha we know 2 by 3. See, let me just show you. The stress intensity will be our 1019.1 kilonewton per meter square. So up to this you have to calculate. So this is the whole calculation and analysis of the gravity dam problem. So is there any question?